Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of This Week in Barbecue, the barbecue focused podcast with hot news and even hotter takes. Before I even introduce our guest, who's a return familiar face of the pod, I'd have to say, hope you had a wonderful birthday and a wonderful celebration. Please join me in welcoming back Miss Tiffany Perry.
Thank you, Rasheed. And yes, I had a wonderful birthday.
Perfect. What was it? The 22nd, the 23rd? Your 23rd birthday, right?
It was my 21st.
21st. That's right. That's right. I
Yeah,
forgot you
again.
can drink now. You can drink
Yeah,
now.
again. Yeah, for the 23rd time.
See, I didn't say all that. No. Thank you so much for taking some time to sit and help me with our countdown to Memphis in May.
I know it has come so fast, but we are so excited to welcome you and everybody back this year.
Likewise, I really feel like I was just in Texas and we were talking about this, and here we are. Bam! Just a couple of weeks away.
Yes, here we are. Everything is getting more and more exciting. We've had some great announcements about stage lineups, teams who are coming. So the city and surrounding area barbecue lovers and enthusiasts are getting excited again, and we can't wait to welcome everyone back to Liberty Park.
Well, I'm honored to be welcome back. I can't wait to be back and see everything. And that's sort of why you're here, to sort of let our listeners know and get a little bit of a sneak peek, because things have changed a lot this year.
Yeah, yeah, things have changed a lot. This year we're welcoming, or I'm going to say it'll be the first year that we're welcoming the new live fire competition with the Open Fire World Championship, which I'm sure you're excited to talk a lot about as well, Rasheed. But that is going to be headlined by Al Frugoni. We're super excited to welcome him, and it really is going to celebrate the art of open flame cooking. I mean, the guys that I have been watching on Instagram and all the reels are just amazing with the craftsmanship of the open fire grills that they're cooking on, to how they're preparing the food. It is really a sight to see if it's something you've never witnessed. I encourage you all to try it out because it is really entertaining.
I do have to say that I do have a favorite. I do have a favorite in this. I love the low and slow, but the open fire, it being a new addition, it's going to draw people in, because the one downside and caveat to traditional low and slow barbecue is you can't see anything.
Yeah, you cannot.
There's no payoff until it's done, but boy, oh boy, does live fire put on a show.
Yeah, it's a show. It is literally a spectacle. And we've partnered with Al, who has done these open fire meetups in different places across the U.S. So to have that come and now be a part of what is considered the most prestigious barbecue cooking contest this side of heaven, I think is just amazing for the Memphis May brand, and really a testament to the work that we do as a nonprofit with really helping to highlight pit masters and the work that you all do in barbecue, the barbecue world. I have literally, until I came to Memphis in May, did not realize how much of a sports, how competitive that the competition barbecue world is. But the people that I've met, and you talk about diversity and bringing together people from all walks of life that come
Mhm.
together around food, and good barbecue. It's one of those things that brings joy to everyone's heart. Everybody loves food, right? So
Agreed.
this event, and just the leveling up, I think that we have done by adding the Open Fire World Championship is going to be the highlight of this year's contest.
I 100% agree. And that's not because I have any stake in it, but I 100%
Yeah.
agree. It's a joy, joy in your hearts, fullness in your bellies, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Because this year, a huge misconception, and a thing that you and I and the rest of the team have talked about changing, is that people don't know they can eat at Memphis in May.
Absolutely. And I think Rasheed, and just going back to the historical context of, Memphis in May, at one time it was a very, I think, exclusive type
Hmm.
ordeal where, you had to really be on a team to enjoy yourself. But now that is not the case. We have so many different things to see and food experiences for
Yes.
just the normal consumer, everyday attendee. With Open Fire, yes, there is an Open Fire World Championship contest, but
Yes.
there's also a consumer portion of this where you can purchase your Open Fire combo ticket, which will get you into the event as well as into the Open Fire experience, where you as a consumer will get to go in. You'll get to see these guys, cooking up the food in open flame. And the most important part, and why you're all here, is to taste the queue. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we will have an open fire experience for consumers. The combo tickets are only $44, and that gets you in the park, get you all sorts of food, tastings, food samples, as well as access to the other entertainment, the stage. Cupid will be performing. There's the Home Depot outdoor kitchen where there's all day food demos and tastings as well. So that $44 is well worth it. Um,
That's crazy. I
yeah,
didn't know.
yes,
$44 to try food from some of the best open fire cooks on the planet is
absolutely.
outrageous.
And we have, and Rashid, honestly, we initially went into this thinking we're just going to have 15 teams there competing in the Open Fire World Championship. We far exceeded that. And so the competition will be, tougher. But some of those same teams from around the world, we've got teams from 7, 8 different countries this
Yeah.
year, will be serving up food for the Open Fire experience. So get that ticket because this will be a one of a kind experience.
That's amazing. And $44, that's less than a tank of gas. You spend more on that on
Thanks.
coffee on a week, and you're getting food from people like Mel, Al Frugoni. You're gonna have Steph at 406 Barbecue, There's a lot of amazing talent
Absolutely. And
coming up
Rashid,
here.
I've been joking with my friends because my friends, some of them like to travel internationally. And, we're just in an interesting time right now where some people are choosing not to. So I'm just telling folks, look, if you want to try international cuisine, the World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest will take you on that international journey this
It's
May. So
it's the closest you're gonna get right
the
now without a
closest.
passport. No,
Absolutely.
Al is going to be bringing those amazing, rich, bold Argentinian flavors.
Yes.
He's basically putting on a master class there.
Yes.
This is $44. Yeah, I'll cover
Who
some
can
too.
beat it?
Come in.
Who
No
can
one,
beat it?
no one. Others have
Right.
tried and they're not going around anymore.
Right. Absolutely.
But you said that it increased past the 15 teams. So, rough ballpark, how many teams do we have competing now?
Um, I can't tell you specifically in that category, but total teams in the contest, we have over 200 teams who will be flying or driving or riding a train into Memphis the week of, it'll May 13th through the 16th. And
That's
so
right.
there's over 200 teams. We've got the World Championship teams, we've got the Open Fire teams, as well as we have a junior contest that is
Yes.
going on this year as well. And so we're excited. We have far exceeded our numbers for teams this year, which we were, expecting. And, it's just been, I don't know, it's a different feel this year. This is the 49th year of
Hmm.
Memphis in May. And so we're gearing up for our 50th anniversary as a nonprofit in 2027. And so that excitement is already building around the city and
Hmm.
around, amongst the barbecue community.
Yeah.
And so over 200 teams is remarkable. Next year, I'm telling you, we're already shooting for trying to make sure we have a team from all 50 states. And so we're just, we're excited. We're embracing the resurgence of Memphis in May World Championship
Hmm.
Barbecue Cooking Contest. And we just want everybody to come out and have a good time.
No, no, I get it. We've got returning champs, and returning competitors such as Chris Lilly. You know, you've got
Hmm.
Tuffy Stone out there,
Yep. Heath
Mo
Rouse.
Faison, Heath Riles,
Yes.
return. There's going to be an amazing set of food. It's going to be a wonderful time. There's so many activities. There's the barbecue pit area, the VIP pit area. That experience is that's if that's something you could share and tell people a little bit about.
Absolutely. And it's funny you mentioned Vipit because I hear you'll be making a cameo.
For you guys
VIP.
listening, she doesn't actually let me leave the event grounds.
No, you
I
live there.
sleep. I live there. I sleep at the Home Depot
You,
container.
you do. But I mean, Rasheed, just even bringing you on board last year as the official tour guide, just the elevation that we're constantly trying to do every year, to ensure we have the right folks, that are partnering with us and collaborating with us along this journey. But you all VIP, VIP is what it's called, is really your red carpet experience to the World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest. It grants you access all 4 days, to the event, and there's a very exclusive itinerary. You get access to kind of VIP staging areas where you can view the entertainment on stage. You have VIP tent. There's private restrooms with air condition, and then of course, not to mention, you're getting fed all day long. Food and
Hmm.
drinks are constantly coming. You're getting to interact with some of those very elite pit masters like yourself, Rashid, like your Tuffy Stone. Heath Riles will be visiting with the group. And those are part of the VIP experience, this year are also going to get access to OpenFire. So that is new, for the Vipid experience. But you're greeting with all of the top names in barbecue. You're going to some of the most, I think, iconic teams, their tents, to, taste barbecue, talk with them, understand how these guys are getting prepared for the contest. So it's really your behind the scenes backstage access with a VIP red carpet experience, because you're going to come hungry is all I can say.
Yes.
There's so much food that flows through VIP, so you kind of get, access to it all with that experience. It's 4 days, it's $5.95, but it is worth $5.95.
Yes. That I can absolutely attest to. The
Yes,
food you'll get there, the
the
experiences,
merch.
the
Yep,
merch, just and also you don't really get a lot of time to talk to these pros. Unless you know them directly, you can't just simply stroll into Heath's area. So if you're wanting to sit and pick these guys' brains and get up close and personal, this is the time to do it. This is that moment where you go ahead and you make the investment.
absolutely.
That's what it is. It's an overall
And
investment.
it is an investment, and I will tell anyone, kind of like you just said, you don't get to just walk in these teams' tents, because the teams are there to compete. Like, there's
Yes.
cash on the line. And so they don't have a lot of time, to, do a lot of socializing as they would like, I think, with the general public. And so this, is one food experience along with our Kingsford Tour of Champions, that does grant you access to those team spaces to be able to ask those, pressing questions about how they prepare, how, uh, their team has grown in this competition barbecue space, how they got started, what are some of the challenges, what are some of the pros of, being in competition barbecue. So, those two experiences grant you that access to get up close and personal with the teams.
Perfect. Perfect. So take so for someone who's never been, how does the schedule work? So we arrive, gates open Thursday. Now what happens?
Gates open Wednesday on
Wednesday.
May
Wednesday.
13th. Yes. And so if you've never been to the World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest, the event always kicks off with the lighting of the grill, which happens, at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. But gates open at 5. Last year, we introduced a opening ceremony parade of champions,
Yes.
and it allows the grand champion from the previous year to kind of kick off the event in the parade. They're throwing beads. It's like a little mini Mardi Gras. And that will happen again this year. And a very exciting announcement that I can share is the
Please.
Budweiser Clydesdales will be leading off the parade this year.
Hey, that's a
Yes.
beautiful little inside exclusive right there. Right
Yes, that
on.
is, that is. And so the
Will
team
there
from
be
Budweiser,
Budweiser there as well?
there will be some Budweiser, and I will drop another little exclusive with you, Rasheed. There will be a Budweiser bar in both Barbecue Alley and the Open Fire experience,
Oh,
where
okay.
they will be offering $1.50 beers. So if you are a beer drinker, then those will be two of the food experiences that you definitely
Can
do
we
not want to
let me
miss.
let me point that out to the listeners who, I know you guys know we only do barbecue math, and this counts as barbecue math. So for $50, you can get a ticket into the event, to the open fire section, eat, and with those $6 extra, you can go grab yourself
Correct.
4 beers.
Correct, Rashid.
That's barbecue math.
Yes,
That's
that
barbecue
is.
math.
Yes, brews and barbecue. That's why you come to the World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest. So the Clydesdales will be there. If anybody has ever seen the Clydesdales, they are the most beautiful animals I think that I have ever seen.
So
Um,
majestic.
yes, and so they are leading off the parade. We will then go from the parade to the Cattlemen's main stage, where we will have the lighting of the grill. And then that night there is sauce wrestling. And for those who do not know, it is one of the funniest things you have ever seen because it is
Yes.
exactly what it sounds like. It is wrestlers in a wrestling ring
Yep.
full of barbecue sauce.
Yes.
Bring your poncho, okay?
Don't get
Uh,
too close because
do
that
not
sauce
get too
flies. That
close.
I've seen that thing go 20 feet. So don't get
It
too close.
Our photographer from last year, she had no clue what she was getting into, but she was completely sauced after the event. But she had a great time.
Now, I don't
Um,
know anyone directly at Cattleman's, but if you're listening, here is a great free merch for you. And all I want is a 2XL. Just they need to just have a shirt that says "Get Sauced"
I love it.
right there, right up
And
front.
I agree because you definitely will get saucy if
Get
you're
get
standing around.
get sauced at Memphis and May.
Yes, I love it. But that's always, the kids love that, Rashid. This is a family friendly event, for the most part, until nighttime. Some of our teams get we're having a little too much fun.
I cannot confirm nor deny any.
It is what it is. But that's why we're there to have a good time. But then, of course, Thursday, if you're in VIP, the itinerary starts at noon, meeting at that VIP tent. But if you're not in VIP, then Barbecue Alley, Kingsford Tour of Champions, those things open, open fire. They open right up
Mhm.
after the gates open. And just a reminder for your listeners and viewers, Rashid, Kingsford Tour of Champions does require a in advance ticket purchase. You cannot
Yes.
purchase that ticket at the gate or in the park, but Open
Yeah.
Fire, as well as Barbecue Alley, you can purchase, that ticket. So VIP and Kingsford Tour of Champion require pre-sale. Open Fire and Barbecue Alley you can purchase at the park.
Okay. Perfect. That is
Yeah.
good to know. And
Yes.
you touched on something. It is a kid-friendly event, but not only adults are there and attending. There is a juniors division. Can we speak and expound upon that a little bit more?
Absolutely. So last year, we really had an intentional focus on trying to welcome the next phase of pit masters into this
Yes.
contest, right? Because we're a 501, C3. We're all about sustainability, and Memphis being so big on blues and barbecue, we have to make sure that this tradition of this being the most prestigious barbecue cooking contest continues on, for the next 50 years.
Yes.
And so we had a very intentional focus about involving our youth, and we started the Junior World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest. It was such a huge hit last year that we've had even bigger response or
Okay.
interest this year. And so we've had to expand the footprint of the junior contest a little bit as well. and open it up to more teams. And so these young folks between the ages of 9 and 17 will be
Wow.
competing on Thursday and Friday. Their winners will be announced. There will be a junior grand champion who will walk, the main stage just like the big boys.
Yep.
And so we have six, I believe, six teams right now from public high schools here in
Okay.
Memphis. We have two teams that are representing the city of Memphis. We have kids coming from Kentucky, Washington. I mean, all across the U.S. to compete in
Okay.
the junior contest. So it's going to be a big deal as well this year.
I love that. I love the focus and direction back on the youth because we've been in it, we've been doing it, but we do need them to be poured into in order to sort of carry on the flame.
Absolutely. And Rashid, I also think it's very important too. What a lot of our youth do not realize is that many of you guys have taken the love for barbecue and turned this into a successful business,
Yeah.
through selling your sauces and rubs now in, mainstream, grocery stores and Kroger's and um, developing your own online, stores and merchandise. And I think that's so important for a lot of young people to connect those dots because they don't necessarily understand it's more than it's more than about what's just happening on that grill. It's about your brand and the other things you're doing outside of that. So they get that exposure. You guys, the pit masters, Heath, everybody, Mo, have been great with talking to those young folks and really helping them to connect those dots, which I think is important.
I think it is because, this isn't necessarily going to be a path or something they're taught in school, but coming to be a part of
Absolutely.
this, they get to pick the brains and really get to see it on both sides because then they hang a lot of the competitors juniors last year stayed and watched the main grand champions the to see where they want to go to. So I love that they get that ability because it's necessary because starting out now, as you mentioned, at such a young age, 50 years from now they could be walking the stage, they can continue it on. That's something I'd love to see.
And I have this saying and I use it with my own son who is 13. Children cannot be what they do not see. And seeing the work that, many of these successful pit masters, like you've mentioned, the Toughies, the Heaths, all of you all, have been celebrated a lot on television, and we have seen kind of that part of your journey. But it's all the things happening on the back end that they don't see. And I think just having that exposure, some of these kids are now following you guys on your social channels, so they're seeing, oh, Rasheed has a podcast, and oh, Heath has a whole studio where he develops
Hmm.
content, and this,
Yep.
and so it is literally blowing their minds, just how you all have been able to successfully shift a love for cooking and grilling into being successful businessmen and women and entrepreneurs. And so that's the part of it for me that, because I'm a big education advocate, that I always appreciate from you all.
No, likewise, and maybe for 50, we're I'm planting the seed, guys. Maybe for 50, we have a panel, a breakout panel discussion. Like, hey, if any, not just for the children, but perhaps for some of the other competitors that are competing in the main that aren't yet in stores, haven't developed a rub outside of what they create there, and they want to learn. That'd be an amazing opportunity to literally pick the brains of guys that are doing what it is you want to be doing.
Absolutely. And I'll just tell you right now, our superintendent of schools would probably welcome and love that. He's doing a lot of work right now with the career and technical, school. And we
Hmm.
have a couple
Hmm.
of culinary programs that are doing great in the city of Memphis. And he probably would love that opportunity. So if it's something you
Perfect.
guys are willing to do, I'll connect you and we'll make it happen.
My email gets around, man. I'm telling you.
I'm always like, Rashid, so.
Hey, but when it goes to pouring into the youth, I'm a huge
Yes.
advocate for that. I even said it on the show. I said I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it because maybe I inspire some kid at home who didn't never saw anyone that looked like him
Correct.
pursuing culinary.
Correct.
And that was my whole deal. I grew up loving food. I loved cooking. I always cooked. I always did this, but I all I saw was Emerald, and not knocking
Yeah.
Emerald, but so I didn't know it was
Yeah.
an actual
It was an
opportunity.
avenue for you. Right.
Yeah, it
Right.
was sports or rapping or something,
Yep.
but here I am able to literally build a life and a business for myself and
Correct.
others using my hands and following my passion. And I think the
Correct.
more of the youth, and especially the youth based demo in Memphis, see that, it opens up so many opportunities. Hey, do
It
you know you
does.
could be a business owner?
Yes,
You
it
could walk
does.
by and see your name on the sign and see your name on bottles and seeing people enjoy a product that you create, and I
Yes.
think that's a very important opportunity that these young youth kids get to have.
Yes, and I agree with that. Because we do, and this is not to get in a tangent about Memphis, but we do have some communities where a lot of kids may not have ever been outside of those communities. And so seeing folks that look like them or even that don't look like them that are willing to have a conversation with them about opportunities like the work that you all do in the barbecue space. I don't think people often realize how impactful that can be. And so we're going to definitely make that happen for a 50th anniversary. You said it. You
Nice.
said it.
Hey, you know me. Whenever I've told you about, I'm down.
I will say you are a man of your word, and I
That's
appreciate that.
yeah, that's always my grandfather always told me. Man has two things: his handshake and his word, and both
That's
better be
it.
unbreakable.
That's
So that's what it
it.
is.
I love it.
Now, speaking about the world and opportunities, we've got some far traveling guests this year from Ireland, correct?
Yes, we do. So, the team from Smoking Soul from Wexford, Ireland, is traveling across the pond to kind of bring some of that Irish barbecue flavor to the event. And so they are competing in the Open Fire World Championship, but they're also going to be providing a separate experience that any consumer can come by their space and try their barbecue. And now they will only be at that experience during certain times, and we have not released those times yet, but it does not require a separate ticket or anything. We will have kind of like an Irish themed space because of course this year Ireland is the honored country for
Hmm.
Memphis in May. Anybody who doesn't know the history, Memphis in May honors a specific country every year. Typically countries that we are collaborating with or trying to build relationships with in the city from a
Yes.
business standpoint. So Ireland, because of all the synergies in tech that they're advancing there and in Memphis right now, they're traveling over. We're super excited to welcome them. We've been collaborating with a couple of Irish groups and councils and things here in the
Hmm.
states to get them here successfully and ensure they have everything that they need to compete. And so they'll be in town. They'll be located. The Irish themed kind of tent will be located over near the open fire area.
Okay.
So when you all come to the event, just look for their space and go and check out, some of that international flavor. If you've never, many of us have never been to Ireland. Some of us will
Right.
never go. And so it's an opportunity to try something new and different. I can tell you all right now, if you check out their website, smoking soul dot I believe IE it is.
I believe it is. Yeah.
I believe that's what it is. The food that they prepare looks amazing. They build open fire pits with their bare two hands and raw
Hmm.
materials,
Yeah.
and it is really a sight to see. And so, yeah, check out those guys with Smoking Soul. I can't wait for them to
No.
get here and start cooking.
Likewise, likewise. I had the honor of actually cooking alongside Jim of Smoke and Soul last year while I was at Metopia in London. And one, he is just a hardworking guy, all the way through. Amazing flavors, wonderful personality, and a wealth of knowledge. Builds his rigs. So very happy to see him. It'll be my first time meeting Pat in person, but they're going to definitely bring something special this year.
And there's another guy who is coming with them, John Whelan. He is apparently a very big, well-known chef in London, and he's a part of their team as well.
Right
So
on.
it's going to be a three-person team, and from my understanding, they are some of the biggest names
Yes.
in the UK, in
Yes,
London.
John.
So,
John is a great guy. I actually
okay.
used John's rig while I was in London.
Oh,
That thing
wow.
worked out beautifully well. So looking
Awesome.
forward to seeing everyone again. There's a lot. There's a lot of experiences. There's a lot of food. And for those of you listening, we had a little fun with a little project. I remember I ran up to you last year and I was like, "Hey, do you trust me?" And with a you said yes, but there was a lot of question marks after it.
That's me. That's me. I'm going to give you the question marks. Like, what are you talking about?
You said yes and it's like, cool, I'm gonna go do something. And I ran off and we started a scavenger hunt, which ended up working out very well, seeing these adults running around the park looking for things. So this year we're not last minuting it. We've started early. So we've got a full-fledged multi-day scavenger hunt that is going to be taking place, that as long as you've purchased a ticket to get into the event, you are automatically entered to win and participate.
Yes, and I'm super excited about the scavenger hunt because it just adds another element of fun to what all is happening out at the
Hmm.
event. And so, you all, Saturday, March the 16th is National Barbecue Day. So, there really is a day, like
Yes. Oh
just
yeah.
for barbecue.
We better respect
Um,
our day.
I know you got to put some respect on this barbecue now. But we're going to have this scavenger hunt, you all. We're going to drop clues every hour. So the gates, from the time the gates open until probably right before the awards, and awards are at 7 p.m. So all day, if you're in the park on the 16th, there's going to be a drop of a hint or a clue, and then
Hmm.
you will have to go through the park and find that item. And so we have gotten items that will blow your mind. We're going to be giving away grills on the scavenger hunt. Weber has come to the table with a couple of things. Our good friends at AC Barbecue are giving away a very nice autographed 5-piece grilling set. And AC Barbecue, you all know, is Sid the Entertainer and Anthony Anderson. We have some items from Thermopro, some very expensive meats or barbecue thermometers that are normally very high end, high price. So there's going to be some very great prizes that are a part of
Hmm.
this. We've got some framed artwork it's going to be a part of this, and so you all make sure you're following the World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest social media channels on Facebook and Instagram. That is where the clues will be dropping. And that's at World Championship Barbecue on Facebook and Instagram. And Rasheed's going to be dropping the clues as our
Hmm.
official travel or I'm not travel guide, but our official tour guide of the competition. And yeah, we're going to watch you all run through the park and find these prizes. Once you find them, you take a picture, tag us on social media, and you are free to take that item home with you to enjoy.
And it's just fun. You
It's
come for
just
the
fun.
barbecue, leave with some things you may need. You may have some rubs, different sets of merch, but why not? You're already at the park. All you have to do is just follow the channels and check. It's that simple.
It's that easy. And you mentioned something else, Rashid, about the rubs. Yes, you can take some of the World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest home with you. So as you're going around and tasting the food and tasting the queue at these different experiences, we started the barbecue marketplace last year as well, and so many of these pit masters and the teams are putting their products in the marketplace. So the sauces, the rubs, the stuff that you're tasting and falling in love with, you can buy right from our marketplace and take it home and try your hand at the recipes. I know we've got a lot of what I call backyard grill masters in Memphis. That when the weather gets nice, that's all you smell in the air is barbecue smoke. And
See,
so, ladies, I will tell you, this is the perfect gift for your male, your husband, your boyfriend. They will soak this event up, especially if they love to grill and love being outdoors. So
it's an easy gift because it's
it's an easy
Father's Day
gift.
is around the corner from it.
Yeah,
You might as well just, hey, we got you here
get
now.
it'll get you some brownie points, trust me. So yeah, and especially if you take them to the merchandising tent, there's all sort of cool gear. You can take them to the marketplace,
Hmm. Hmm.
pump them up a little bit. Like, yeah, babe, I love your shoulder that you cook, but why don't you try this sauce to go with it? So yeah, it's the
And she gives you
perfect
that
event.
gentle rub on the
Yeah,
back.
gentle little rub. Oh, what you think about this? But yeah, we definitely um I encourage, all my lady friends, who have husbands or, boyfriends or partners who love to grill. This is the perfect gift. Like if you are thinking about something to do when it gets, or just something special you want to do for them, because this is a full 4-day itinerary of complete fun. It's engaging content, especially for the pitmaster or griller, or whomever in your life that loves outdoor cooking.
Yes. And please, please, as we taper out here, just if it's your first time or your second time, just a couple of tips. Wear reflective colors. You don't want to be in black like me because the sun will cook you. I'm used to it. Wear very comfortable shoes. This is not the event to start breaking in the new shoes, so make
No.
sure you've got some comfortable shoes. Bring some water with you. We do have some hydration stations this year, and we'll make sure. Shout out to the amazing people over at Redmond's and Relight to make sure you guys stay vertical and hydrated. That sun
Yes.
will creep up on you.
Yes.
So please, and if you're thirsty and you see me around, I promise you I'll either have a bottle of water or some electrolyte powder for you on hand to keep you vertical. We don't want anyone going horizontal at
No.
this event.
Please.
So get
Although there
some
will be
rest.
first aid on site, we don't want to have
Yes.
to use them.
We don't want it's like insurance. We got it, but we
Yeah,
really don't want to use it.
really don't want to use them. And I would tell everybody, you all, this is literally, you can spend a full day at
Yes.
this event between the food demonstrations, at the Home Depot outdoor kitchen. That is like probably one of my favorite spaces, Rashid, in the
Mine
whole
too.
event. The Home Depot outdoor kitchen, you all, is literally, it's an outdoor kitchen, like a patio. It's like the place where you all go and congregate. Home Depot has it set up beautifully, with outdoor lounge furniture. There are people grilling, giving
Hmm.
away
Hmm.
samples all day, and you don't need a combo ticket to experience the Home Depot outdoor kitchen. A single admission day ticket, which is $19, gets you access to that area.
It
And
costs more
so,
to eat at Five Guys than it does to attend and eat
absolutely,
all this amazing food. And there's
absolutely.
so many talents that hit that stage.
Oh my
Chris
gosh.
Lilly, Tuffy
Yes.
Stone. You're gonna have so many great guys over there. Willie, Adventures of a Fat Guy, is gonna be out there
Yeah.
cooking. So many different. And even if you're just looking to shop for what's new,
Yeah.
Ninja has grills on display.
Yes.
Lodge
Yes.
has cast iron on display. Weber will have
Yes.
a myriad of grills that you can actually get up close and personal and
Mhm.
speak to the people who are very knowledgeable about the products.
And that was another point, Rashid, that I don't think a lot of people understood last year, is that Home Depot outdoor kitchen, they are not only showcasing the best in barbecue, but the best in outdoor trends, period. So from furniture to cooking equipment. Last year I had some of the best, what was it? Our oven fired pizza or something. It was some kind of special oven that they were using outdoor. And that pizza was delicious. So you can go over there and not just get barbecue. They've got pizza. They've got smoked chicken salad. They've got all kinds of stuff over
You're
there.
gonna you're
Yeah,
gonna leave full. It's
you're
it's
gonna leave.
it's like walking around Costco right when all the samplers come out. It's just like that, and it's
Yes,
endless.
I agree. I agree. But it's
So
it's a fun space. So, yeah, bring your walking shoes, ladies. Bring your fans. this year because, like Rasheed said, it gets hot.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
but but we are out there having a good time, and I'm excited about the stage entertainment this year. We have the Line Dance King. Cupid will be there Thursday night. Cedric Burnside will be there Friday night, and then there will be a awards after party with one of the biggest DJs in the South, DJ Mike T, on Saturday. So bring your dancing shoes. Yeah, we are going to have this is literally going to be the biggest backyard style barbecue party of summer.
There it is. There it is. No other note to close out on.
No.
Where can the people go? What do they need to know? All the things. Direct them there.
You all go to our website, memphisandmay.org. You will see several tabs at the top because we do host two events: the World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest in GAR. If GAR is a 5K, 10K, and half marathon, which is Memorial Day weekend. But barbecue, click on experience it. Everything you need to know to experience the barbecue fest is there, from how to taste the queue, the different food experiences that you can buy tickets for, to the link to buy tickets, to hotels if you're traveling in that we partner
Mhm.
with that are offering special rates. Everything you will need to know to plan your trip to Memphis is right there. So memphisandmay.org, barbecue experience, everything you need to know.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for joining us again on This
Thank
Week in
you for having
Barbecue.
me.
We appreciate you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, please make sure you follow. We'll have all of this information in the show notes. Come prepared, come rested, but most importantly, come hungry. Thanks for tuning in to the latest episode of This Week in Barbecue, the barbecue focused podcast with hot news and even hotter takes. I've been your host, Rasheed Philips. And as always, if you can, you see that thing over there, give us 6 stars. You don't see the six, give us five. And most importantly, be kind to one another. World needs it.